States are going to be making decisions very soon about whether we are continuing the lockdowns, shutdowns, stay at home, social distancing guidelines, or whether things are going to start being loosened. Now, some states never really shut down. Cities within those states may have taken measures, but there are states that never did anything. So I'm not really talking about them. But as an example, here in Massachusetts, officially, we are closed until May 4th, which is next Monday. Charlie Baker, the Republican governor, who's been doing a pretty okay job handling things, said that sometime this week he will have guidance about what is coming next. And there's speculation in a lot of states about, are we going until May 15th? Some states already have. Are we going until May 31st? A couple of states already have, at least to some degree. What is the next step? And I think that as we think about this next phase, we need to be very real about one element of this, which I think informs what needs to be done. And it's recognizing that there are many Americans that are not going to tolerate much more of what I would call a full shutdown, with as many business closures as we have, as much social distancing as we have, and to the degree that we've had it in some states, really for a month and a half, or closing in on 2 months at this point in time. But I want to be really clear as I talk about this. I'm not saying open it up and let it rip the way protesters want. I'm not saying any of that, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be doing what we are doing. What I'm saying is, I think that it would be useful to find small ways of at least making it feel like we're taking steps in order to ensure more people actually adhere to the most important elements of these guidelines. So the point of this segment is, I want to be truthful, which is tens of millions of Americans are more or less at their limit or close to it, either psychologically or economically. And I believe that we are getting closer to the end of governors being able to say everything stays closed before people start ignoring more and more of these guidelines. So the basis of this commentary is essentially harm reduction. Some states are extended through May 15. There are other states that are formally shut down until the end of this month, and then may or may not open. And I think there's kind of an invisible wall, an imaginary wall, sometime between May 15 and June 1, especially with the weather getting nicer in many parts of the country, where if a governor comes out and says, we're shut down until June 15, we're shut down under July 1, I think it may backfire, and that there will be people who start to completely ignore it. So here's my idea, my recommendation. Governors could consider, instead of saying we're just going to extend the full shutdown until June 1, or we're going to extend a full shutdown until June 15 or even July 1, which will cause a lot of frustration for many people, I would advise governors to instead say, I hear the frustration. People are psychologically and economically exhausted from this, so let me help you. And the point here is we want to prevent reactions of, another month, screw it, I'll do whatever I want. And instead create a reaction of, hey, here's another month during which here are 3 new things that are being extended or opened up to me. I can do it. I can keep wearing the mask. I can keep, all that stuff. So the idea is, let's go really hard until, call it May 15th as an example. If you help me, governors could say, and stay inside as much as possible, use masks when you're out, always stay 6 feet apart from people at grocery stores. If you do all that stuff, on May 15th, here are the 3 things I think we will be able to do. The 3 things don't have to be huge, but they should be something. Because the problem of doing March 15th to 31st and then being told, now it's all of April, and then being told it's now all of May, is it doesn't feel like anything is happening. And people are growing increasingly frustrated, even people who understand that we have to be doing this and there are reasons for why we are doing it. So I don't have the exact answers. I don't think gyms should be open. Trump included gyms on phase 1 of his reopening plan. I don't think that makes any sense. I think that's a bad idea. Could you say, with the weather getting nicer, places that have outdoor seating, you can essentially let people have their takeout at the outdoor seating, no waiter service. You've got to reduce the density of the seating. So, maybe tables are 10 feet apart. Would that be something? That would be thousands, maybe tens of thousands of restaurants where people who have been just getting takeout and taking it can bring the takeout to an outdoor table, sit there and have it. no waiter or waitress service. Would that psychologically help and maybe provide a little bit of a boost to restaurants? Maybe, I don't know. Could you say movie theaters with masks mandatory could open at 10% capacity, which means there's plenty of room for people to be very far apart, social distancing in line to buy tickets, and no concession stands? I don't know. Would people even go? Would people want that? I'm not really sure. I'm thinking out loud here. For the social distancing component between friends and family, could they say outdoor gatherings in your backyard or in the park or whatever with masks among people not in high risk groups who have had no symptoms and continue to have no symptoms, as long as you stay 6 feet apart? Would that feel like a win given how things have been for 4, 6, 7, close to 8 weeks at this point in time? I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here, but my point is, if governors on April 30th say we're now extending till May 31st, I believe the frustration will push a lot of people to abandon all the guidelines, and that would be really bad. Instead, if we can feel like there's progress, imagine the governor says, we made it to April 30th. Thank you. New cases are down, but they're still too high to reopen. I've determined we are going not to phase 1, but to phase 0.1. And here are 3 things that I am saying we can do carefully from May 1st to the 15th. I'll check back in with you in 15 days and see if we can do anything else. The feeling that things are improving could actually get people to more closely abide by masks, work from home, all that stuff. And then we may be better off overall than creating frustration and abandonment of the guidelines. Thinking out loud, let me know what you think. Check this out. The first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a premium membership to Skillshare for 2 months completely free. Skillshare is the online learning community with thousands of classes on almost anything you can imagine, always taught by experts. They have classes on drawing, painting, photography, video editing, web design, running a small business, and much more. I recently took a very interesting class called Simple Productivity, How to Accomplish More with Less, and got a bunch of great personal productivity tips out of it. We should allow ourselves a little time every week to either get creative, keep your brain sharp, learn something new. It's great for mental health, and almost all the classes are under an hour, so it's very easy for someone who's busy to take advantage of it. With Skillshare, you can discover a new passion, explore something you didn't know you would enjoy, but there's also plenty of classes for people with experience, so you can just get better at something you're already good at. And again, the first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a completely free premium membership for 2 whole months, giving you access to every class Skillshare offers. Check it out. I put the link right underneath this video.